Throughout his long and storied life, Dan Rooney has been at the forefront in the growth of the National Football League. His vision and leadership have helped make the NFL America's favorite sport and the nation's most popular and prestigious television programming.
Dan, congratulations on your induction into the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Your insight and influence on all the different committees you were part of was so impactful to the league. The NFL has gone through so much change, and you have been an integral part of that.
Dan Rooney is the heart and soul of the NFL. Along with many others, I have looked up to Dan as a mentor for over 30 years. No one has had a bigger impact on our game and our league.
As the oldest son of Pittsburgh Steelers founder Art Rooney, it was only natural that young Dan would embrace the game of football. By his teenage years, he was actively involved in the family business.
It is an opportunity probably I had that not many people have. I actually signed football players before I was old enough to sign them. I wasn't 21. I'd have to get the coach to sign the player. I'd sign them, and then I'd get the coach to sign the Steeler end of it.
By the 1960s, Dan was a front office fixture. One of his most important decisions was the hiring of coach Chuck Noll, a selection that transformed the Steelers into one of the league's biggest television attractions.
Bradshaw giving it to Harris, getting a key block for Mullins, running to the left, running to Pollard,
Lambert after it, he's got it. Like a bullet, the Rocket from Penn State. Moore makes his second catch in the end zone. Unbelievable catch for the touchdown. Now Bradshaw pumping, firing downfield. There goes Stallworth. He pulls it in, and it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh on the ball to Stallworth. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the champions of the National Football League for the fourth time.
Rooney also made the 1970s memorable by heading the committee that brought about the league's first expansion in a decade. In 1982, he ended a contentious players' strike by forging a new collective bargaining agreement while serving as negotiating chairman and a voice of moderation.
Even dealing with the union, Ed Garvey made a statement that the players are the game, and a lot of owners really got mad at that. That didn't bother me, because I pretty much felt the same way. I did get along very, very well with the players. You know, they trusted me and I trusted them.
Rooney is just as revered by his fellow owners, who rely on his wisdom when it comes to solving other complex issues. Dan was one of the main architects of the salary cap and was largely responsible for the league's realignment and scheduling plan in 2002, which created a new format of 8 division champions and 4 wildcard teams participating in postseason play. This new landscape spawned a ratings bonanza and great television drama for an improbable playoff run that made Rooney's Steelers surprise world champions in 2005.
And they pitch it to the left, and now here's the handoff on the reverse to Antoine Randall. He's going to throw it down the field. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Heinz Ward!
I've been waiting a long time to do this. Mr. Rooney, this is yours, man.
Just 3 years later, Dan Rooney would hoist a Super Bowl record 6th Lombardi Trophy with a new head coach by his side. Mike Tomlin's arrival was the direct result of one of the most impacting achievements of Rooney's career.
We were trying to do things that would promote bringing minorities into the positions and symbolized our diversity. The Rooney Rule states that a team that's hiring a head coach must interview at least one minority.
The Rooney Rule fundamentally changed the hiring practices of the NFL and in many ways all of sports. People like to talk about giving minorities the legitimate opportunities that they deserve, but Dan Rooney actually did something about it. Integrity, class, loyalty, performance, and longevity. Values that embody Dan Rooney. When you list the greatest owners in the history of the NFL, Dan Rooney is at the very top of that list.
And so we honor a man whose vision has shaped the NFL's structure, image, and popularity. What we cheer for in stadiums and watch on our screens. Thank you, Dan Rooney, for your countless contributions to sports broadcasting and pro football.